Welcome back to Fanboys Radio. It is Mr. Green with Miss Burning Sins. And this time, I'm going to pick up on where I left off with her the last conversation. And that was basically discussing online/video game etiquette. Is there any etiquette left in the world when you play online? You know, a couple of years ago, we actually had to sit and go over somebody's house or go to the arcade or whatever the case may be. You knew what you were standing against. You knew what you were up against when you played the guy, that there was no way that he or she was going to cheat you when they put in their quarter or they picked up your controller or whatever the case may be. But now, with the, how do I want to put it without insulting anybody, with the comfort zone of being able to play miles and miles away apart from your opponent, you can do and say pretty much anything that you want online and basically get away with it without fear that you're gonna get beaten up or whatever.
But you do get banned.
Or well, you could get banned if you go through the chat. If you, as the person that has been
You go through the
assaulted
of trying to get them banned.
Yeah, if you that's about the most you could do. You can get them banned for it, but how many people actually go through that?
I've done it.
Yeah, okay. I've tried it once. Haven't really, come across a lot of reason for me to have to do it all the time. But there are the few. There are the few that win it all at all costs. I have to get the win, no matter what. Even if it is the most recognized, cheapest move that this game has available, I've got to do it. And you were just telling me about that on Call of Duty, the online campaigns, that there's a universal cheat that you're aware of.
Yeah.
And that is, explain it to me, please.
The infinite ammo one?
Is that what it is?
The one where you glitch into the free-for-all?
Yeah. No. The one you said where people, I guess, to score a cheap victory on the game.
They basically just run around with the cheapest classes you can get.
Now what does that do?
Basically, there's certain perks that makes you not advantage, but basically it's just cheapest you can possibly do. Not cheating, not technically. I think it should be considered cheating, but it's just cheap moves, running around, running the cheapest classes you can get. Marathon, lightweight, commando I hate. Commando is like Halo lunge when you knife someone, where you're all the way across the room, and then you go to knife and they just leap thing and they kill you. It's annoying. And when you run that fast, all you have to do is just run around the map and knife people, which people love to do.
Sounds like it is getting pretty annoying for you to have to deal with that on the game.
It really does.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. But yes, you made the comment that it's not technically cheating.
No.
I'm sure that there are other people out there that understand or maybe not want to acknowledge.
They're the people who know they do it, and they're like, no, that's not cheating, and they're hating on me right now.
Yes.
And then the other ones who are screaming, going, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. You get it. And I do.
Well, it's a lot of games that do that. There were some fighting games where you could, I don't know how, but I guess we just termed it as a one-hitter quitter. You know, you take that one shot and then your man goes down and that's it. Can't move. That's which is freaking ridiculous because the game isn't designed to do that.
There's certain characters in Marvel vs. Capcom where all you have to do is put the controller down, they throw that one move at you, and come back an hour later and they're still kicking your butt.
Exactly. It doesn't matter what you do, it's just done.
You just KO. You're done.
Now, granted, I will say this for the Marvel vs. Capcom. I do realize that the character Akuma at one point had this death touch. It was but it was a real big sequence of button movements that you had to do to accomplish that, and you had to be pretty well timed to slide across there and hit it. The screen would go black, you would just hear the noise, and then it would come back up, and you would see you knocked out.
So easy to do, though. Effort. It's so easy to do.
I mean, but you could avoid it. It wasn't like it was something that they put in that was just unstoppable. I could accept that one because I could get away from it. I've avoided it on a couple of occasions. I got caught with it too, but I've been able to avoid it. Now,
if you know what you're doing, you'll eventually learn how to counter it. But if you're clueless and you're just sitting there going, "What is this? What's going on? Why's the screen going black?"
Yeah,
there's doom.
Then
doom is headed for you.
You're pretty much dead. Now, but does that qualify as cheap or cheating, or is that just part of the game?
If it's easily counteracted, I don't consider it really cheap. I consider it a little noobish.
Okay.
But no, if you can escape it, there's definite ways you can get around it. Easily get around it. Mm-hmm. That's fine. But if there's something that's so hard to do, you die one shot or one punch, however you want to phrase that, and you have no way to even think to get out of it, that's so cheap, so annoying, and it should not be in a game.
Okay. The definition, that is the definition of cheap as you've just defined it. Is that what it is?
Basically.
If you have no way of being able to counteract or easily stop, well, not easily, let's not say that, but
moderately be able to see
there
it.
You go.
At least have time to think.
Okay, there you go. At least have a reasonable amount of time to react to the maneuver or whatever it is that they're trying to do without having to, do a 30, 40, 50 button combo to try to break whatever it is that they're putting on you.
I would die.
Or something like that, So those are the cheap maneuvers that goes on in the world. And I know, like I said, there's probably a lot of people right now that's listening to you saying, "Oh, that's not cheap."
Yeah, and they're the ones who do it. Yeah. And they're the ones who are like, "Nope, I want to go against you online, piss you off, make you throw your controller." That's those kind of people.
Well, yeah, actually, they probably will be looking for you now, just because you might have some gamer requests by the time you get done.
My friends list is full.
It is? Oh, okay, wow.
You can't have more than 100 people on your friends list.
Yeah, I've heard.
And with my team, and then people I play with, and fans of mine, I can't add anyone.
Can't take any more.
I don't add people unless I play with them. If they talk to me, they're cool, and I play with them at least once, then I'll add them. But if I don't know you, I'm not going to add you.
Indeed. Well, see, so the haters out there just out of luck. They will not have the opportunity to. Well, they could conceivably play you, but they just have to find you in order to do it. They won't be able to just up and look on their friends list and see you there.
No, all anybody ever really does is just send me a message. They're like, "You want to play?" I'm like, "Fine, I'll play." What game?
Now, do you actually go through the trouble of checking them out before you play them, or do you just accept?
No. If I played with them or not, like I'll remember if I played with somebody and they were talking to me and they were being cool. Mm-hmm. Then if they send me a request, I'm most likely gonna accept it. If my friends list is, I'll make a spot on them with somebody I don't play with or don't play with anymore, or they got on my nerves, however you want to phrase that. But if I get random friend requests and they don't send a message, I have no idea who they are, why would I accept a friend request?
Okay. Well, we're just discussing what is the right things to do online, because it just plays a little messages. Different. Don't send you crazy messages.
Don't send inappropriate messages. Don't. There's no really etiquette anymore because people there's millions and billions of people online, and you're playing with people all over the world. Like the other night, I actually got in a room with 10 Japanese people, which is weird because I didn't think I think they'd play with their own, not come over play on us because servers don't really go well together. But
I guess not.
Hey, it was cool. They're all speaking Japanese. It was cool. I don't know what they're saying, but I like it.
What were they fair to you? Did they play or did you have a good time with them?
Laggy, really bad. That's the only issue is when they're playing from other countries or anything. Mm-hmm. It's usually a lag issue.
Well.
Really bad, and you're moving around the screen. And you're like, what?
So it wasn't really so much that they had bad etiquette or anything. It's just technical issues with them. You play with somebody overseas, across the world, or whatever the case may be.
It's just laggy. You can't help that. It's not anybody's fault. It's just getting paired up with them. It's not our fault. It's the server's fault.
But what about the kids? Now, everybody that I've ever played with has the story about the little kid that gets online and well, let's not say plays his little heart out, but plays and
they suck.
Probably could be a little less annoying if he was really trying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hate it when people get on my team and they're just messing around. They don't even care. They're like, I'm going to purposely make this team lose. Just runs out, gets people killed. Like, you're running around a corner where you obviously know there's an entire group. Everyone's shooting at them. You're going to die. Just run out there. Like, ha ha ha, you're going to die now. No, that's horrible. Don't do that. Who does that?
Okay. Okay. Now, that just made me think about your other game, Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of team interaction. That just the concept of the game is supposed to be a unified front in order for you to survive.
It's not going to be fun if you're playing by yourself. It's flat out. It's not.
Now, when you're playing that online, have you had that one person like, hey, screw the team. I'm just going to go out here and start wasting ammo?
I don't go online unless I have a full group.
You
I
don't?
refuse. Because it's not going to end well. It never does.
So you organize your online group before you go online when you're playing this game. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, no. If I can't find a group, I'll just send messages to my friends and be like, hey, do you want to play? They're like, no. I'm like, okay, I'll just play another game. Fine.
Okay.
Or I'll call my friends because I know they're getting along. And I'll be like, do you want to play Left 4 Dead 2? Sure. Okay.
No.
But if not, I'm just not going to bother because online, especially for Left 4 Dead 2, because it won't end well if you're playing with a whole bunch of random people. Because half the time, there's bound to be at least one or two people in the room who don't have mics, who aren't going to say anything, they're not going to watch your back, you can't watch theirs because you don't know what they're doing, and it's not going to end well. It never ends well.
So that is the first. There is a rule of gamer etiquette right there when you're talking about Left 4 Dead or Left 4 Dead 2. It's not going to do well if you're playing with random. Just pull out the random fan or gamer online.
Even the campaign is like that. The campaign's really difficult. It's in horde after horde after horde. Realism mode. If you have it on expert and realism, if you're playing by yourself, you're not going to get 2 minutes in there. Unless you are seriously, like, jaw-dropping awesome at the game, you are going to die. You will not complete it. You will not get any achievements. Don't even bother. You need a team. You really need a team.
Well, at least you know what you're looking for when you start playing. I see that. But you already have it down. You got it organized up there. Well, see, now does that same rule go across the board to your other games? Your Gears of War, your
Gears
Call
of War,
of Duty?
I'll play by myself. I don't care. Because most people don't play Gears of War. Because they got so pissed off with all the just utter nonsense in it. But I'll play that game by myself. I don't need an entire team to do well in it. Because I've learned to clutch in Gears of War, too. So it doesn't really bother me playing by myself. I used to actually have a problem where I would never play any game ever if I was by myself. Because I couldn't get into it. I couldn't have fun. But I've learned to actually get around that. I don't like playing Modern Warfare 2 by myself. Because I like having at least one person who's with me and who can do call-outs. Be like, oh, there's a guy there. Watch out, there's a sniper here. There's a noob with thermal sight. That's fine.
Okay.
But playing by myself, it's fun. On Modern Warfare 2, that's fine. Usually stick to free-for-all or more mercenary team deathmatch, that's fine. That's fun. But if you're playing like Ground War or something, I prefer to at least have one person on my friends list I'm playing with.
How did you learn to clutch in Gears of War?
Just practice. Lots and lots of practice. So when I first started playing, I sucked so hard. I died every round. I was the one person on the team who never did anything and just got everybody mad because I sucked so hard. And then
but you can admit that now.
Yes. I don't have an ego. I sucked. I admit it. But I practiced. Practice makes perfect with anything. If you just keep at it and keep going and keep just getting past the anger, past the BS, like if you're at a point where you're really just getting so annoyed and so just getting ready to just break your disc. Put the controller down and walk away. Just go take a break. Go eat a snack. Go just meditate. Something. Then come back to it. Because you're not going to do well most of the time when you're angry. Unless you're one of those people who do really good when they're angry.
I don't know many that are capable of doing that, but no.
There are very rare occasions where I'll do it.
That you can channel that anger into extreme focus and great game plan.
Yeah.
I don't know too many people that can do it, but if you can.
Good for you. Just don't yell at me, please.
Okay.
I hate it when people yell. It hurts my ears. But no,
is that another thing? Is that another online no-no, yelling into the mic?
Oh, no, everybody does it.
Okay.
I even do it. I'm not even going to lie. If there's always going to be this one kid who starts talking a whole bunch of stuff, getting on everybody's nerves, and then everybody in the room starts yelling at them. No matter if you're very passive or not, there's always that one kid who's going to get so far on your last nerve that you just explode. And it happens to everybody, just, it's going to happen. If you haven't done it yet, you're going to.
Is there a limit to just how much trash talking you can do online?
No.
No.
There's no limit to trash talking.
Okay, now,
I mean, you can block somebody if they keep sending you a message or whatever, but you can send voice messages, you can send pictures, you can send regular messages, then you can just trash talk them in-game. It's...
Well, I mean, I guess you said there's always the one kid that just talks until he gets on everybody's nerves. Now, in his mind, he might just think that's regular trash talking. This is game talk between me and everybody else. But everybody else is getting to know it. He don't know it. So that's why I say, now, is there a limit? What would actually constitute you saying, this is okay trash talk, and this is just annoying?
Well, usually the typical trash talk is just if you beat a team really bad or even just moderately, you're going to say, just, oh, you suck, or hey, I beat you. How's that feel? How'd that shotgun to your chest feel or something, But it's when you constantly just keep berating and they're getting aggravated. You can hear them getting aggravated, and you can basically just picture this kid sitting at their bed or table, wherever they're playing, and they're getting pretty aggravated at this point, and you just keep going. That's when the antagonist comes out and you're just like, okay, I'm going to purposely annoy them. That's when you take it a little too far. When you purposely try and piss off everybody. That's also a bad way to get really bad rep.
Well, does the bad rep actually hurt you?
No.
That's the thing. We see that online all the time, on their profile, but does it really actually do anything?
No. I don't think so. I mean, if you have bad rep, it's just someone complained and avoided you. But there's a million people that play online. So unless everybody avoids you as a player, which is not going to happen, but unless everybody does, then you'll have a problem. But it doesn't affect anything. It just, people look on your profile and like, oh, you don't seem very cool to play with, which no one cares about. No one does. I've never looked at people's reps. I don't think it matters.
Yeah, okay. You just if they come off of school, you just go ahead and play with them.
Even if they don't, you just play with them. Like, if people just really annoy you, even half the time, you're just going to stay in the room just to purposely kill them.
Okay.
Like payback kind of thing. If you're having one of those days.
Yeah. You don't have one of those days often, I hope.
No.
You seem like a pretty calm player.
No.
No?
I yell at the TV. Obnoxiously. Okay. A lot.
Well, yelling at the TV, now, do you do that microphone to the TV? That's the difference.
No.
If you got the
only
mic
if I'm playing
on,
with like my teammates and they're yelling into the mic and complaining, then I might complain. But I don't like letting people hear my obscenities and notice that I'm a crazy person when I play online.
See. Well, no, we don't want you to come off as a crazy person. Now, let me rewind this back to your zombie action game, Left 4 Dead 2. Give us the summary of this game for those who have not picked up and had the opportunity to play it. Give them a little taste of what Left 4 Dead 2 is all about. In fact, you might want to, if you have to rewind back to part 1, you can do that if you want. Okay.
Most people
proceed.
The only reason they didn't get the game, if they like Left 4 Dead 1, is they thought it was basically just not even worth it.
Okay.
Because a lot of people were afraid it was going to be basically just downloadable content. That's what it should have been. But it's entirely new game. Everything's upgraded. You have way more zombies, which is really awesome. They made it a little more difficult.
Okay.
They have tons of more guns. Like, you even have an M16 in there. You have an AK-47. They have laser sights that you can randomly find.
Mm-hmm.
You have boomer bile, which is like, the boomers stuff, and you throw it on a random zombie, especially throw it on a tank, you get an achievement. And it helps. Because if you throw that at them, it's like what happens when the boomer biles on you.
Oh, okay.
They all go after that one thing and you can run really fast trying to get away. The levels change.
Okay.
The levels change. The computer kind of figures out how you're playing and how your teammates are doing, and situates the games around you, trying to make it more and more difficult for you, which is pretty cool. I mean, it sounds like it could kind of get on your nerves, but it doesn't. It's just really fun. Different types of zombies. They have different ones for each level you're playing. Each movie campaign you're playing, there's different regular zombies.
Okay.
Regular, non-infected, infected. Yeah. It's weird trying to explain it, but yeah, it makes no sense.
Regular.
No, I said that wrong. But anyways, for swamp levels, they have mud people who just, it's gross, and if they touch you, your entire screen goes blank with mud, and you can't see anything, and it's annoying. And then they have ones that they have the little suits on, where fire doesn't affect them, and then they have riot people with riot shields, and bullets don't hurt them unless you shoot them in the back, and it's pretty cool. You run through 4 new characters. There's Coach Ellis. Can't remember the girl's name, and I can't remember the other guy's name. But you run through. They're in Savannah. They have trying to get safe, and they have swamp level. They have a mall level. I love the mall level. Every zombie game lover loves them all level.
Oh, why is that exactly?
It's just classic. Dead Rising, come on. You have to have a mall level.
Well, see, now we're going to go off into just zombie games. Now, Dead Rising. I was okay with Dead Rising. I think that if you didn't have a big screen TV at the time, you weren't going to be able to get anywhere with the game. Couldn't read anything.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like they gave me the option to change any text there. I couldn't make it bigger.
Yeah, that was the problem.
And then if you didn't catch it the first time, I couldn't get them to repeat it. It's like, damn, who? Where am I going? Where am I going? So it was a cool game in concept, but just that alone made me like, okay, I'm pretty much done with it. Yeah. I was much bigger fan of the Resident Evil franchise as far as Capcom was concerned.
I love Resident Evil. Never played Dead Rising. I watched everybody play it because I didn't like zombie games until Resident Evil 5 and until Left 4 Dead.
You never played any of the Resident Evils?
I played Resident Evil. I played Resident Evil 5 and Resident Evil 4.
Whatever, 1 through 5. I mean, it's a bunch of them.
I'm working on going back in time. I said, I started off really late gaming, so I didn't know any of the games, and I'm still learning older games.
Now
and I have to go backtrack.
I'm going to go ahead and make the announcement now. Now we have to have a retro moment.
A retro moment.
A retro moment.
Dun, dun, dun.
Left 4 Dead, which seems a lot like one of the side product offspring Resident Evil games done better. I'll have to admit that it is done much better. Because the game that I'm talking about is Outbreak. Have you ever heard of Outbreak?
I've heard Outbreak.
The Outbreak was supposed to be the game that they had that the normal people are in the game. You're not a super cop. You're not it's just a janitor. It's a security guard. It's, a waitress. It's all these regular people throughout the course of Raccoon City who happen to be there when the outbreak takes place. And you have to fight to get to this safe zone so you can get out of the city before they bomb it.
Yeah.
Which is similar to Left 4 Dead, or at least,
really.
Well, in the terms of its regular people who
trying to get away from a whole bunch of evil man-eating zombies.
Yeah, I was like, none of them are super, not like Resident Evil. They had a super cop. They had military people. They were people that were prepared for the situation. They're not prepared in Left 4 Dead. They weren't prepared in Outbreak. The difference being is that they started that game Outbreak a couple of years ago when the internet online system was at its infancy.
Yeah. So
playing with other people wasn't really a great thing.
Yeah. Early days was terrible.
It wasn't fun, but in terms of the story, it was a pretty decent story. I don't even remember the story for Left 4 Dead other than the fact that you're in the middle of Outbreak. So
it really wasn't much of a story at all.
I think it just takes place, doesn't it?
Yeah, basically. The first one, it was just, running through zombies trying to get to a safe house or safe helicopter, or whatever they got saved by. Boat, helicopter, plane, whatever. But there's no storyline. Basically, no storyline. And the second one, there's some storyline in there, but I don't really think so. Not very much, no.
It's pretty vague.
It's pretty vague. Okay. You have your 4 characters, a little bit about them. You have a high school football coach. I think he used to be in the NFL or something. Then you have a news reporter who got her big break covering a story and then just happened to get stuck in a horde of zombies.
To be there.
Yeah. Then you have your kind of southern redneckish white guy just says some pretty funny things, has some random stories, and they tell him to basically just not right now. And that's basically it. And you have your kind of stuck up, I guess, supposed to be rich guy or something. I don't know. Kind of selfish-ish. It's not a really word, but
so it works.
It works. But there's no storyline.
That word was just invented today, right here, right now. Selfish-ish.
I'm going to make a dictionary. It's going to be awesome. Yeah. But there's really no storyline. You don't need a storyline, though. Left 4 Dead.
True. I think
Left 4 Dead is
made
to just have fun.
Explains itself.
Basically, like if you're playing RPGs or whatever, you want a storyline. Like for me, I love games that have rich, in-depth storylines. That's what keeps me fascinated. But for Left 4 Dead, it's just a fun, shoot 'em up, strategic game. You just run through to have fun. So you don't go for a storyline.
So what is your thrill with zombie games then? You said that you love zombie games now. So
I love zombie games now.
Why is that?
They're fascinating. Zombies are fun and they're cool. But it's just usually because they have a lot of different things within them. Usual shooter games like Modern Warfare or just all the millions of different shooter games they have nowadays. You're shooting people, regular stories, usually along the same lines. You're either playing as a bad guy, or you're playing as a good guy, you're just trying to kill the bad people, kill the good people, however, whatever that game storyline is. Left 4 Dead and zombie games, you're just trying to save yourself. You don't have to worry about really anything too important. Just know, kill them, run, have fun. That's all I want when I'm playing a zombie game. Okay. Zombie games are for when you're having that chill, I just want to play a game, have fun, maybe play with some of my friends day. Not I want to hurt my head and try and run around, figure out how to get past these respawning enemies or how to, save my teammate over there. I don't want to think.
Get in. Well, now, wait a minute. Now, Left 4 Dead, you got to save your teammate or at least attempt to.
You have to.
You don't want to leave them to the horde of zombies to get overrun and all that stuff.
Sometimes you have to, though. You sacrifice a teammate.
Yes, that's true. Sometimes you got to do it, but
only if you get their permission. You don't just leave them there. That's rude.
I think the difference is if you play with a random person that's online and they're not cooperating with you.
If you're playing with a whole bunch of your friends and then you have the run random, the random's going to be left behind, most likely, because they're not talking. And they're going to get you killed. So you're like, you're dead. I'm going to steal your health back now. Ha ha.
You just gotta keep moving. Yeah.
It's horrible.
You treat it like it was a real thing. I say, if you costing me too much, I gotta let you go. I'm sorry.
I guess how it is would be in a real zombie apocalypse.
Exactly. So you listen in the real zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
But that's a whole different. See, now that I know that you haven't played those other ones, you have to go back in.
I plan on it.
Go and dust off the old PlayStation 2.
My PlayStation 2 is perfectly clean.
Oh, okay. Are you it's still running? All right. Well,
Yeah.
mine's died some time ago.
They're so easily they're so cheap now. It's just as expensive as a new game is. So I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Well, yeah, so I just go get another one at this point. But
Yeah.
But since yours is still clean, you just need to go and get
all the
Resident
games.
Evil Outbreak, at least Outbreak.
That's
Play
what
that.
GameFly is for.
Well, there you go. Tell them to ship Outbreak over to you, and then play that and play Left 4 Dead, and then have a comparison. I might just compile the video and put that thing online somewhere.
Yeah, because I loved Resident Evil 5.
Because
I'm sick of it at this
It's a much
point.
better story to watch than play, actually. But that's me.
Resident Evil 5 actually had a good storyline to it.
You have a fantastic storyline, but I think some of that you miss out on if you haven't played
the other ones?
franchise.
Which is why I just get people who played it explain it to me.
Yeah, so he wouldn't know who Wesley is. He dates all the way back to the first one.
But I don't think you really need to know in the
You
fifth
don't
one.
need to. It's just
It
it's like
adds
one of
to
those
it.
nice. Yeah, it adds to it. It's nice one of those facts to know. It's like, hey, that was so and so.
I like knowing the backstory. It's just anytime I'm playing a game and I know it's had ones before it, I find one of my friends or ask my fiance, oh, have you played this game? And they're like, yes, and they'll be all excited and they'll explain everything to me, and I can just ask questions and I won't have to bother playing the other ones. I'll eventually do it. Like, I really want to go through the Resident Evils because they sound really fun. I really enjoyed the fifth one. I know it plays differently because I played a little bit of the fourth one.
Yeah,
So
they
I know
do
it plays
play
a lot different. I've seen the
differently.
movie. Yeah,
Okay.
I rented it.
You mean the animated movie?
Yeah,
Was that the Degeneration or?
Yeah. where they're going through the airport. I think it is. Yeah,
No, I didn't even watch that yet.
it's actually pretty good. That's what got me interested in Resident Evil.
And I forgot to get it. It's terrible.
Netflix it. Hello.
It's on that. Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Everything's on Netflix. Just add it to your InstaQ. Or not InstaQ, but
my DVD
queue.
I forgot. I completely forgot that. Yes, I'm going to put in a quick plug for Netflix. Netflix is awesome. I get to watch a lot of things that way. And when I'm next at my computer, I will put Resident Evil Degeneration, if that's the name. I can't remember it right.
I'm pretty sure that's it. But don't quote me.
I will
Probably be wrong.
I will push that up to the number one so I can get it and watch it. So next time I'm here, I will be able to speak knowledgeably about that product. Because I do want to talk about it correctly.
Yeah.
But in the summary, zombie games are good for you. You like zombie games.
Or zombies, period.
I don't know why you would like zombies, period.
I know some people are pretty obsessed with zombies. Like, there's a new arcade game. Pretty sure it's actually like a free arcade game for the Xbox Live.
Mm-hmm.
The name of it is literally, I made a game with zombies in it.
I made a game with zombies in it. Okay.
Simple, fun. You're standing there and just horde of zombies. Little stick figure, horrible animation, zombies. But fun.
That sounds fun in theory, but if that would actually take place, people would freak out.
If any of these games actually took place in real life, do you think anyone would become like, hey, there's a horde of zombies around me.
This is great.
Let's go skipping through the park. This is fun. No?
Yeah, see, that is
Shoot.
This is
No.
awesome.
I'm running to the nearest gun shop and get myself a freaking automatic weapon.
Haven't you watched Return of the Dead or Night of the Living Dead? And none of those movies end well.
No.
None of them.
None. No zombie apocalypse is going to end well. Everyone's doomed. You're going to die.
In fact, I don't
No matter what.
I'm trying to remember a movie where somebody actually survived the zombie onslaught other than Resident Evil, the movie.
You know?
Did
Dawn of the Dead anyone live? No.
I don't
Everyone
think so.
died in Dawn of the Dead.
Right?
Because at the end of it, I'm not going to spoil it for anybody.
Well,
if they haven't seen it.
Most of Romero's movies end with everybody getting killed. I think the Return of the Night of the whatever the hell the Night of the Living
Return of the Dead and the Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, they just bombed the city. So nobody, even if you survived the zombies, if you didn't make it out of the city in time, you was just pretty much screwed.
That'd be so horrible. You go through all of this, like Left 4 Dead since you're running through, You're going through all this crap. You're in immense amount of pain. You're low on ammo. You did all of this, and then you get bombed.
Hey,
that's just anticlimactic.
Them is the breaks, honey. And spoiler alert for you. And you know what? I'm not even gonna put spoiler alert because this game is old. If you ain't played it by now, then it's too bad. Well, you know, it might be spoiling it for you, but yeah. See, in between the Resident Evils, when you get to 2 and 3, those two games kind of mesh, and the city is on target for a bombing. It's like, hey, the zombies are overtaking it. Well, I already told you that because an outbreak, you got to get out of there before the
you do what you got to do. I guess.
Yeah,
better, I guess, a town get bombed than everybody in the world be doomed. I guess maybe.
Probably
go with the whole say kill 100 to save 1,000,000 or something. I don't know. Something along those lines.
There you go. So we get rid of the town, wipe that off the face of the earth, and hopefully.
But in retrospect, wouldn't that actually hurt more people than the town? Because of the radiation?
Well, that's very probable.
That's a whole other thing.
That is. And I won't take into that today. That is a whole other issue. But you're probably right.
Yes.
So I'll leave it at that. You've covered your Resident Evil, you covered your Left 4 Dead, and you covered video game etiquette. The do's and don'ts, what you should and shouldn't do when you're sitting online playing, and I'm sure people are going to do it anyway because people are just inherently cheap and want to win.
Yes.
So I'll leave that be. So as it is, I will speak for Kitty Ninja once again and say we are spreading the nerd, and we will catch you later.